Alright. So hey guys, welcome to Armsday. And let's jump right into it.
Let's go.
Alright, so first we've got the Thessen, whatever, the fusion rifle. And it doesn't look like we have a ton of incredible rolls here. This one does have hot swap, which is nice, and that's awesome. But there's no accelerated coils here, so we can't really do the only thing we want to do, which is pick accelerated coils. So none of these Thesens are gonna make the cut. Here's a triple tap Lucky Bullet Kumakatok. I don't know if it's as amazing as an Outlaw Kumakatok, but for those of you who do like triple tap, I suppose it would make a decent PvE gun. And that's great. But I don't think they make the best PvE guns because they're hand cannons. So I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. This one has snapshot, which is nice. But really, we don't really love snapshot. And then finally, I'm gonna say no to the Kumakatok. We don't really have a Lyudmila with counterbalance or head seeker. That's the only thing we're really looking for here. So no to the Lyudmila as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just go through these Kumakatoks one more time so you can see them, in case there's anything here you do like. Quick draw, increased range, reduced stability, rescue mag, and exhumed. I mean, these are not amazing perks. The triple tap one does have this injection mold, but like, it's reduced range. We don't really want that either. And this one, of course, is rescue mag, Eye of the Storm, and we do have the range perk, which is nice. However, I don't know. I'm not stoked about rescue mag. So none of these guns are really worth redeeming. I'm hoping that the better guns that he sells are worth redeeming. Because so far I'm a little disappointed. Next is the DIS-43 and DIS-47, as well as the JLB-47. I always go over the same 9 guns, so if you are new, then yeah, sorry Alberto, I don't go over the ARI-47s. Do you mean the DIS-47? Because I totally go over that. I just don't think the ARI-47 is worth noting. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there is no ARI-47. It's I think it's the ARI-43 and the ARI-41, right? Maybe it's the ARI-45 and the ARI-41. I don't know. Somebody can correct me on that if they want. Alright, let's check the scouts. Cool, okay, on the same page. It's okay, all the Suros numbers are tough to keep track of. Alright, first we have the JLB-47, and none of these have grenades and horseshoes, which is really the only thing we're looking for on this gun. This JLB-47 does have tripod. I suppose it might be useful as a PvE rocket if you really didn't have a good one already, but on the other hand, why aren't you using a sword? I can't think of any PvE scenario where I would prefer the rocket launcher over the sword. The DIS-43 has an unfortunate set of rolls. Rangefinder's not really going to help you on a scout. I do like injection mold, hammer forged. Not a fan of these scopes, but you know, everybody's got their own preferences. I like the SPO-28, and I don't see it on this gun. So that's unfortunate. And then finally we've got the DIS-47, and oh, it's a shame. We're looking for full auto on this gun. So the DIS-47 is, of course, the fastest firing rate for a scout rifle in the game right now, or that we are able to get from the gunsmith anyway. And without full auto, I mean, you could get away with counterbalance if you were like trigger happy. But even then, like, high caliber rounds does not have the greatest stability in the world, so you do need those stability perks. Even with the SPO-28, I don't know, I would hang on to the DIS-47 package this week, as well as these other packages. Outlaw's nice, hand-laid stock, perfect balance, SPO-28. If you really wanted to pull the trigger on this roll, I mean, this is a great roll. It's just really unfortunate that it doesn't have full auto, which is what we're looking for in this gun. The only reason we're looking for full auto over anything else is because this gun has a 0.97 second time to kill over the DIS-43's 1.0 time to kill. That's a difference of 0.03 seconds. The only way you're going to shave those 0.03 seconds off is if you have full auto. I mean, like, unless you're just really good at tapping that trigger. So the first roll's great if you don't care about full auto on the DIS-47. Otherwise, hang on. If you've got extra, go for it. The Suros DIS-47 was out to buy, oh goodness, it was a while ago. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Maybe even longer. Certainly no more than 2.5 months. Yeah, no more than 2.5 months ago, though, for sure. Last, we're going to check out the Cocytus, the Arminius, and the PDX-45. Really hoping he's got something for us. Because so far, he's honestly had, I mean, I guess that one DIS-47 roll looked okay. But no full auto. Banshee, you're killing me. For like the last 2 weeks, he's had nothing for us, you know? I mean, he's had some decent, like, fusion rifle rolls and Kumakitak rolls, but like nothing juicy, you know? Ugh. Alright, but maybe that'll change. Maybe we've got these 3 last ones. I also haven't checked what he's selling yet, because I, forgot. My brain is fried. I've been playing Pokemon Go for, like, since it came out. Oh man. Yeah, so listen guys, the Irene, people were telling me that it's like this great PvE weapon. The thing is, I have an Irene. I've got a pretty decent one. And it's not a decent PvE gun. It doesn't outpace a Black Spindle, and in any situation where that amount of DPS would matter, frankly, you're just gonna want the Black Spindle. There's no exotic gear that's gonna mitigate that. Alright, I'll just check what he's selling first if you like. He's got the Tuanella, the Kumakitak, the PDX-41, the PDX-45, and the Irene. Ha! Well, if you do like the Irene, you can cash in whatever you had before and pick up this new Irene. And I guess the PDX-45 is nice, so whichever PDX-45 is best, we'll pick it up and then you can just place a new order. The PDX-41 is not great, in my opinion. There's not really a reason to use it over the Grasp or the PDX-45, which have better theoretical time to kills. Kumakitak, I mean, there just wasn't anything good that he was selling for the Kumakitak, so I don't know why you would turn on any of those. Honestly, just save the 2500 Glimmer, spend it on weapon parts. Like, honestly. And then the Tuanella SR4 is the same archetype, same frame, I guess, as the Hung Jury. It just has better stats. The Hung Jury notably has like one of the worst aim assists in the archetype. Tuanella has a much better aim assist stat, but then the DIS-43 is better for Crucible combat, and the Cocytus is better for PvE combat. So the Tuanella is kind of in this weird middle ground where it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm worthless. So, let's just pick up a Kumakatak. I'm sorry, a Cocytus.
Until next time.
Speaking of, let's check out these orders. We've got the Arminius-D with one good counterbalance roll, hopefully. Braced frame, counterbalance, crowd control, and GA post. Oh, and this one highlights enemies, so I guess that's nice. So the Arminius-D is also in kind of a weird spot where they have just nerfed it, like, pretty hard. Its new time to kill is 0.87 seconds, which is nice, I guess. It's not great, it's not amazing, it's not as low as some guns, like the Grasp of Malak. But if you were going to use one, then it's like not a bad gun either. So, I mean, this is pretty much as good as it gets for the Arminius-D. Counterbalance is necessary considering its low stability stat and high recoil stat. So like you need the braced frame counterbalance combo here. If you hate braced frame for some reason, then high caliber rounds is the obvious next choice. And then crowd control's okay, I guess. I mean, there are definitely worse perks to be in this spot. And Watchdog's a pretty good scope too. There's one that increases range, which is nice for like your theoretical stats, but like honestly, I hate that scope. So yeah, this roll is about as good as it gets. That is the roll 2. Roll 2. Arminius-D has fallen from grace though, so I don't expect to go like nuts with it. PDX 45. I like the outlaw perk on this gun. So this actually reminds me a lot of the of the Hawksaw that he sold before the vendor roll change. High caliber rounds was on it. It's actually a beast with high caliber rounds. Since he's selling another PDX 45 anyway, this is probably worth a shot. I know the stability and range increases here aren't incredible, but like this is a real kind of spray and pray weapon. With this gun, you're hoping to hit them hard enough with the high caliber rounds that they'll miss. So your time to kills, hopefully both of your time to kills will go up, and PDX 45 will still edge the enemy out, which is I mean, you're kind of relying on them missing, but you're also, you know, making them miss. So it's not like completely awful. On the other hand, we have this roll. Fitted stock is terrible because it's directly worse than perfect balance. And then we have hand-laid stock, which reduces range. So this is deceptively bad. Very stable, but bad. Really bad. And then we've got this roll with Rodeo, which has hand-laid stock and perfect balance. But no range increasing perk, and the PDX 45 really suffers from a low range. So without that range, I mean, like, again, we have a really stable gun here, but without the range, I don't know what you're going to do. So honestly, for the PDX 45, he's selling another one anyway. Don't feel bad about picking up roll 2 on the PDX 45 and picking up a new PDX 45. See if you like this roll. I mean, honestly, it might appeal to you. Somebody asked me what the best legendary scout rifle was. Jackbones, guess what? The best legendary scout rifle, in my opinion, that you can pick up from the gunsmith is the Cocytus. I am actually working on a scout rifle video, though. It's going to be all about the best scout rifles, where I talk about a couple scout rifles that are actually better than the Cocytus, and I'll spoil it for you. The Badger CCL and the, what's the other one? The Hand of Judgment are both better, but they're a little harder to roll correctly. So you end up in a weird place. But this is the Cocytus. This is actually, I think, the best PvE gun in the game. The Cocytus. It just happens to be a scout primary, legendary primary. Best legendary primary in the game. Cocytus can roll with Firefly, it can roll with Triple Tap, it can roll with the Flash Scope, and with a stability perk, it can do really well. This doesn't have Triple Tap, but it does have Firefly, it does have Hand-Laid Stock, and it does have Flash. It also has Single Point Sling in case that's a real, you know, switching weapons. That's this motion, by the way, if you're ever miming switching weapons, right here. Icarus is not great, but this is still, I think, a pretty solid PvE scout. It's not the best I've seen, but it's alright. Not the best roll. And then we've got the Army of One, Rifled Barrel, Life Support, Flash Scope. So I don't love this one as much at all. I honestly don't think he's selling a decent PvP Cocytus. Honestly, like, your best bet is to pick the second one here too. Yeah, the second one gives you a stability increase. The deal with scouts is you want to have a high enough stability that the reticle recenters. So you've got your reticle, right? You go pew, right? Pew. You want your stability to come back down before you're able to fire again. So as long as you can recenter that reticle before your next firing a shot. So on the Cocytus, that's hand-laid stock. If you can do that with hand-laid stock, then you're golden. Like, you have enough stability. And of course, you already have enough range. With the torch scope, you get the most out of your aim assist, which is your next most important stat, your second most important stat on a scout rifle. But the flash scope is excellent for the PvE stuff, like especially if you're doing War Priest, which I believe is the challenge this week. If you're holding the aura, this will one-shot a red acolyte, a red bar acolyte. Amazing, amazing gun. Can't talk enough about the Cocytus, but we're already up to 16 minutes, so I'm gonna have to stop talking about the Cocytus. Long story short, roll 2 is great. What's the other Omlon Scout Rifle rolls? I don't keep a Tuanella. Sorry, the Tuanella is in a different archetype, and the best gun in that archetype that Banshee sells is the DIS-43. So I just cut out the Tuanella. I only focus on the DIS-43 and the Cocytus. It's just not worth keeping. Alright, so PDX-45, pick up those, and Irene, I guess, if you care, but I don't really. Like, the PDX-45 is the only thing on here, and the Kumakatak, if you don't have one, are really the only two worth picking up. The rest of it's all just fluff. That's my opinion, but I've been doing this for a while, so my opinion's worth hopefully something to you, if you're watching. Okay, well, I will leave you with that. Happy hunting in Destiny, and if you're playing Pokemon Go, then I hope you find all of the best Pokemon. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.